Hey, this is the Gang Breaks Kayfabe. I'm Cash, joined by Vance Desmond, Aaron Draven, and Jason Taylor. As always, this is a special Monday night episode that we're recording, so Jason and I will be yelling at each other periodically as the Cowboys are playing the Raiders on Monday Night Football. And as
Go
you can
Raiders.
tell, one of us likes the Raiders a lot. Tim hates all football.
I hate the Cowboys, obviously.
I'm really not like a Cowboys fan anymore.
You say that all the time.
I'm really not a fan of any football team anymore because I gamble, and that really kills any true fandom you might have. Because
Listen,
sometimes you got to bet against your team.
I can get behind you if you're only cheering for. You can cheer against the Raiders as long as you're like, listen, I need this guy to score a touchdown. I need this to happen. That's fine.
Yeah,
I get that. I'm okay with money involved sporting.
well, unfortunately for you, I need Geno Smith to
Throw
not
3
pass,
interceptions. Don't worry, he'll do that.
not pass for over 200 yards, which I think I'm going to be
shit.
safe on.
This is Vance's torture episode. Look at his face right now.
We are looking to be the 7th team in NFL history to go 3 primetime games scoring less than 10 points.
You're working on
we
it.
lost him. He passed out.
Well, let's get Tim back. This week we are going to give our hot takes, our professional wrestling hot takes, the takes that we don't think anyone is going to agree with us on. And then we're also going to talk about the headache and nightmare world of running a professional wrestling show for reasons unknown at this time.
And I will talk about the nightmare of being friend of someone who is running a professional wrestling show and having to support them through terrible decisions.
Well, I don't know about any of the terrible decisions.
None of the guys on this call. It's a different guy altogether.
Okay. Okay. What are your other friends that have ran shows?
It's 23-6, by the way, so I'm done with the football game already in the first half.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So, hot takes. Who wants to go first with their hot take?
I will, because I'm pretty sure none of you will agree with mine.
So everybody's kind of assuming no one's going to agree with their hot take. So
let's see if I'm right here. So this cooled down last Monday.
Yeah, you were talking about some cool down.
Because he had a very good performance that made me go, maybe. But I'm not sold on Dominic Mysterio, and I don't think he's that good.
Oh, I somehow knew that was going to be your hot take.
Really?
Yeah, because you have kind of slandered him in the past.
I have.
Right.
Yeah.
Slander.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I think he is maybe this is my hot take. I think he is a generational talent and one of the best workers in the world right now.
So I'm going to compare him to someone, and I want to preface this with, he only had a really small thing, and he couldn't do anything else, and Dom has done more. But his character reminds me of James Ellsworth.
Do tell.
He's technically not a good wrestler. He wins by flukes all the time wins by flukes. So he's not presented as a good wrestler. He doesn't beat anybody really. When he does, it's a fluke type thing or a cheating thing. So did James Ellsworth. He's always paired with a woman to get heat and or whatever, just like James Ellsworth always was.
He's got a chin.
He does have a chin.
This is maybe
your
one
argument
of the
is defeated.
Worst hot takes I've heard in a
I'm
while.
not saying he's obviously better than him. I'm just saying that character is that kind of coward, pushover, not a threat. And I don't know how you ever change that hardly with him.
You have him start winning a few matches here and there on his own, which he's done, and then you turn him face because everybody is getting on board and loving him, and then he gets to be
Jey
much
Uso
more.
part two.
He gets to be a much more entertaining wrestler and play to the crowd with the stuff that he can do.
He's currently in his WCW heel Eddie phase. Like that's where I rank him right now. He's that good, and he's that good at being a heel, I think. And then
You
just
are
like Cash
comparing
said,
Eddie Guerrero.
no. Then just like
That's
Cash said, he's gonna have a whole second life to his career once he finally does turn face, where he's that baby face Eddie that the crowd just loves when he fucking cheats and shit.
You're comparing Eddie Guerrero in WCW to this guy. Eddie could work circles around this guy.
I'm not saying Dom's as good, but comparing what today is to back then, Dom's the closest thing to Eddie.
Dominic Mysterio compared to WCW Eddie Guerrero is so much closer and an accurate comparison than Dominic Mysterio and James Ellsworth.
I'm saying his character, not like how far they can go, but their character is the same.
I don't think so. Dominic is at least he's been presented more as a credible wrestler recently. They always put
heel Eddie Guerrero. He's a scumbag. He fucking finds whatever chick he can fuck to get him ahead. He cheats when he can. Like, he's legit.
They always put him over as having all the talent in the world, but always relying on cheap wins and the Judgment Day. So they do put him over as a good wrestler.
Well, and I will say I did soften on it because his work with Cena not that the promo was spectacular or anything, it was really good, but like he had like no fear. He didn't look nervous at all to be in the ring with John Cena cutting a promo face to face, which is impressive in itself. But I mean, he has grown up around those dudes, so like, he knows them maybe, but still, just to be that comfortable, that was the most impressive thing I think I've seen him do so far.
Well, I'm excited for you to watch the triple threat tonight, or the 6-way tonight, six man tonight. I'll get there eventually.
I also think, I think one of the reasons why I'm so high on him is because when he first came in and he was just Ray's son and a face and teaming with Ray, I thought he was the drizzling shits and was never going to be anything more than like who's the one really terrible dude that was like a second generation guy, very famous for his terrible drop kicks. Eric Watts. I thought
David Sammartino.
I thought we have a new
David Flair. We got lots of options.
We got plenty of those.
David Flair. I thought we had a David Flair situation on our hands, and now to see where he's at, I think he's incredibly good.
All right, let's hear.
Jason, did you agree with it or not?
No, I do not. I would also not say he's necessarily at this point a generational talent. So I guess I'll be between your two takes, even though I know that wasn't Cash's hot take for now. But I think his work has been fantastic, and it gets better and better. He went from the just complete chicken shit to I can't get like so much heat that I can't get one word out because every arena is just booing the hell out of me, to, oh, you know what? This guy actually is pretty good, so he's getting the respect of the audience even while he's playing the chicken shit heel. And he's still getting booed or getting cheered now. And so I think that, yes, he's going to end up having the face turn. And then that goes into my hot take that JD McDonough is going to be the next member of the Judgment Day to actually get a singles title. I think the two of them are going to be the ones to feud, and not him and Finn. I feel like they were pushing for the longest time. Finn was going to go face, and I don't know if it's because Liv went out with injury, and so that kind of changed the storyline trajectory for Dom. But I think that, and part of that is I did just watch this match tonight. But I think that JD has been doing so much good work. He's more than just a guy with a big head and the guy that is just a lackey. And I think losing Carlito helps show that it forms a tighter group for them. and that JD will be the next one to get a belt, and it will be him and Dom that are going to feud.
So
Is what I think.
I mean, I agree with Jason completely on this one. And it would be an amazing thing to see JD McDonough versus Nathan Frazier, because that's Finn Balor's training versus Seth Rollins' training from it's like the next generation of those two working.
Right.
So would you take your? So I think saying that JD McDonough is likely to get a Intercontinental title run and a feud with Dominic is not a hot take at all. So I agree with your take, but I disagree that it's a hot take. Now, if you would have said that he's going to be the breakout star of the Judgment Day and become like main event Finn Balor, world champion level, I'd say you're crazy. But I can definitely see him being the one to come out of the Judgment Day as like the next IC champ,
and
United States champ, something like that at some point.
In general, shout out to the Judgment Day for having so many titles for something that, with Edge being the leader originally and then being gone, and then it was, okay, now this is Finn's group. Well, it's not really Finn's group. Maybe it's Damian Priest's group. Maybe it's not Damian Priest's group. Is Rhea really the leader? Is Liv the leader? Like, all these things, and for them to just continue to evolve, extra shout out for them just in general for what could have been a throwaway group after Edge left.
I am shocked that Judgment Day is still around and has kind of kept evolving and changing enough to. I think it's Raw is a little Judgment Day heavy at times when they don't have anything else going on. They fall back and they just have Judgment Day and 6 out of their 8 segments or whatever. But yeah, I do think that they do a pretty good job of changing and adapting to whatever's going on. Draven, what's your take on the hot take?
I agree that he will get some sort of mid-card run with something, but I don't think it'll be a run with Dom, because I think before that's going to happen, I think Dom's going to move further up the card. I think he might have a chance at being in one of the WrestleMania main events for the world title next year.
Is that your hot take, or are you just going off of ours?
He's going with the vibes.
Something like a Punk versus Dom for the world title. That would be a good WrestleMania match.
I wouldn't hate that.
I could see that.
Tim would hate that. I wouldn't hate that.
I honestly, I'm surprised they didn't have Cena's retirement thing go from WrestleMania to WrestleMania, or I guess around there. And then, because I could have definitely seen Cena his last match with Dom at WrestleMania.
I'm more okay with that.
But yeah, I could see Dom and Punk, or who's the champ over on SmackDown?
Cody.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't see that happening as much, but all right, Draven, what's your hot take?
My hot take that I believe very much in, and I don't think anyone else will. Wrestling TV shows are better with 3-minute matches versus these long ass matches that everyone does on all the fucking TV shows nowadays.
I do disagree.
Now, are you saying that you would only have 3-minute matches, or mostly 3-minute matches and then one
what I'm
longer
saying is
one?
3-minute matches are better for a wrestling TV show. Give me 5 3-minute matches and 1 long one versus 5 long ones and 1 3-minute match. The 3-minute match dominant show would be way better. You'll see more characters. People will get their shit over without overexposing themselves like everybody has to do nowadays.
God, you're almost talking me into it a little bit.
Right. Or also, if you only have the 3-minute matches, then you don't have to do that. Oh, everyone got thrown to the outside. Now we got to cut to a hard commercial break. If it's only a 3-minute match, then we can get the whole match in one segment. Other than important matches or the main event, I'm okay with that too. I think. I hate picture-in-picture, and I hate all right, let's just go ahead, and clearly they powdered to the outside. So I guess that means it's time for a commercial break.
I'm gonna raise it just a bit. In my opinion, the Attitude Era, while the matches were not good, 99% of the time. I think that TV was way better than today because the matches were shorter. You got more people on, you got more promos, you got more catchphrases, you got more actual stories being told in the mid card. Attitude Era shit is way better than today's shit.
When is the
Match
last
quality
time?
aside, as
When
we
is
say
the last time
sometimes.
you watched Attitude Era? Like, did like a
Four or
big run
five years
through?
ago. 4 or 5 years ago.
As someone who tried to watch it from like the start through and only made it about 2 months in, Attitude Era was complete dog shit all the way around. And this is going to kind of go into my hot take, but there are moments sprinkled throughout that we all remember, and they're all amazing still. But overall, goddamn, were those shows awful.
Give me this then before you move on. Give me one thing that's happened post Attitude Era that you remember as fondly and was as different than wrestling as when Stone Cold came out with the beer truck. Like, name anything sort of recent that's anything like that kind of moment.
Anything like that kind of moment.
The
Uh,
cinematic match, Undertaker and AJ Styles.
That was WrestleMania, though. That wasn't a TV.
Oh, TV. Okay.
on TV. Um, well, yeah, I mean, like I said, the Attitude Era had the moments that we all remember, also because of nostalgia, and we that was our time. So I would be curious if we asked a younger person to do that. I bet they could name something.
Is Jason our
Do you know
younger
any younger
person?
people? Am
Jason,
I the younger person?
yeah, you're the
Yes.
youngest
So,
of us.
as
Jason's
someone who has
only
just now
21.
seen the Attitude Era for the first time ever,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know.
So
So, I
I
mean,
somewhat agree, but I would take it even a step further and say that wrestling television is better when you have squash matches uh, with enhancement talent to get over your main stars to build up to the pay per view. And that way your guys don't wrestle each other 15 times
Do you
leading up to the
specifically
pay per view.
mean like the '80s style where TV was nothing but squash matches, or like
I
doing
would
a
I would
balance
like a
of it?
mix. I would like
Okay.
if you took the old school 80s like WCW studio show and mixed it with an ECW style where you're getting like a bunch of little
EC,
short matches.
ECW did a lot of squash matches. Usually every show there was some kind of
Yeah,
squash.
they did, but ECW also packed in character development with quick little
so
videos, quick little promos. Like they would get so much done in such a short amount of time and get everyone over. I think if you combined
Well, is this the problem? It's too long.
that,
The shows are too long. They're
yeah,
filling time.
3 hours is
um,
way
Like
too long for us to go.
you
2 hours
did
at this
see
point.
that they just announced that SmackDown will be going back to 3 hours. Yes,
that's
Yeah,
what I'm talking
it's
about. Yeah,
3 hours
it's
is too
too.
much. It's too long for a
I don't
wrestling
watch the
show.
2 hours of SmackDown, so
I
maybe I'll
just
tune in for 1 hour a week.
Yeah, I feel like
I
there's too much TV.
I
It's
don't
too
think this would
long.
be a hot take. I think everybody's probably going to agree with me, but I think every wrestling promotion ever has been better when all they have is one big main show that they focus on.
Yeah,
Raw, WCW for
Right.
Nitro, even AEW when Dynamite was the only show they had, that was their best stuff.
WWE was able to pull it off at points with SmackDown and Raw, but like at the beginning, SmackDown was like the B show. It took them a while, and they put like a lot of work in. Like the first main event was Rock and Triple H with Shawn Michaels as the referee. Was the
yeah.
first SmackDown. Like they were really, doing a lot of stuff to make it work, and it still didn't work
But
100%. It was
around
still
the
considered the
time
B
that
for a long
SmackDown
time.
got picked up is when WWE, in my opinion, started to sort of fucking start their descent.
Yeah, because that
Yeah,
was, I mean, as soon as they started
yeah.
having to try to figure out how to do two different brands, do all those storylines across two brands, not intertwine, and then, okay, we are going to intertwine. Okay, we're not. We have a draft now. Okay, really, the draft doesn't matter. Okay, it does matter. Like, they've never really understood how to do it the right way. They'll go through stretches where both shows are pretty hot and
I
doing really
thought,
well.
and I thought that was a Vince thing, but it's not because Triple H does the same thing.
Yeah. Uh, I think my take is I definitely don't see anybody agreeing with me on this.
I agree.
So I will state the take, and then I will state my evidence for my take.
Oh no.
After or Jim Ross was never as good of a commentator as he was in his early WCW days. He was not as good after he left WCW.
I'm ready for your evidence.
So
Just give the
much like I said about the Attitude Era, there are moments that we all remember that stand out in our nostalgia brains. Overall, though, Jim Ross, once he went to WWE and the Attitude Era kicked off, especially, is mostly awful. He is mostly still the same Jim Ross that we're hearing when he's in AEW. He's just a little more coherent. But for the most part, he still is just rambling about shit that has nothing to do with anything. He's giving his own, he's saying things. He starts almost every sentence with, "You may disagree with me," or "I don't care what anybody thinks if I say this." Like, he's still very much just mad before he says anything. Yeah. Going back and watching all the old WCW shows he was a commentator on, like, he does so well putting things over. And then once Attitude Era and everything kicked off, he is just a sound clip guy. He's just, we remember him from the really good sound clips.
You know what? I don't necessarily need to agree with your take, but I will accept your take in that you have done the research recently more so than I have. So you would know better than I would as compared to the nostalgia brain. So
now, also, real quick, I will also maybe make an argument against my case and say that in the Attitude Era, it's also hard to get through because Jerry Lawler is there cackling and making awful jokes. And so Jim Ross is trying to deal with that too. So that may have also damaged my thoughts of his performance.
2 points of contention here. I also like his WCW stuff a lot, but was that because of him or was that dependent on who his partner was? Because he didn't get a good partner in WWE for a long time.
Well, I think him being able to still make the shows interesting to listen to while the fucking Bob Caudle is with him is a feat.
Bob Caudle. You put some respect on that
died 2 days ago. Calm down.
Okay, maybe that is my hot take. Bob Caudle, good God, was he
you
bad.
Son of a bitch. I've never been more angry in this podcast history.
What the hell?
I'm sorry, I didn't know he just died.
Hey, what's your address that people can send letters to you?
Oh, you can email me.
Also, the Bob Caudle estate would like to have a word.
I was not aware he just passed away. I apologize.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Wow.
I did not know.
I am mortified.
I forget what I was watching because the WCW YouTube channel has been running a 24-hour Clash of the Champions live stream. So I've been tuning in and out of it from time to time. And there was one of one of the first 7 clashes. It was on like 5 or 6, something like that. I forget it now, but like I forgot that they used to always end those shows with like the announcers just kind of giving like a quick little recap, like standing off to the side. And they go to that one, and Jim Ross is like putting over what all happened that night, and Bob Caudle just goes, "It was a big night of wrestling, just a great night of wrestling." And Jim Ross is like, "All right, thanks, Bob." So, anyways,
but that's a good exclamation point at the end of the other commentator's sentence.
Just in case you're wondering, tonight wasn't shitty.
Yeah.
He wasn't the old professional coming from a professional angle. He's like the everyman fan. That's what a fan would have said.
Yep.
How do you feel about JR with Josh Barnett commentary?
Never really a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Caudle sounds like. Have you ever seen where the SNL skit where they're doing like the lady sports or whatever? And
yeah. Oh, dude, he is. What's that guy's name? Will
the
Forte
main.
plays him, but what's his? He
Right.
has a something
I don't
stink.
remember yeah,
Greg Stink.
Stink.
Yeah,
Greg
that sounds
Stink,
right.
Yeah, Greg Stink. Yeah, he is kind of like that. Or the other announcer in Major League, that Bob Euchre's like dynamite dropping.
Again,
Yeah.
God rest his soul, and we.
I cannot believe that we're gonna have to send a portion of the proceeds from our
It's
shirts
from this
to the family of Bob Caudle's family. Because of this
We definitely
goddamn
did not
settlement.
have that on the bingo card.
We're
I
not
think
gonna
you need
edit
to-
it. We could edit it and save ourselves a lot of trouble, but we're not gonna edit it.
No.
We need
And
to
it
learn
is
our
we are.
lesson.
Portion of the proceeds of this episode.
Well, let me add some more portions to that proceed. He also, during a Sting match, Jim Ross is talking about how improved Sting has become over the past few years, and all this stuff. And he's just putting Sting over, and he's putting over like how Sting's about to become like the next big star, blah blah blah. And Bob Caudle just goes, he's such a big man. That's all he's got.
Wait,
He's the
is your
everyman
hot take
fan. He's
actually
saying
that
what
Bob
the
Caudle
fans
doesn't
think.
deserve any
I don't-
respect now that he's
Sting's
passed?
a big man. What's the problem with saying the man is a big man when the man's a big man?
Look, what I'm saying is he might be my favorite announcer of all time, just because of
Because
his
I
amazing
feel like
observations.
that is actually your hot take. Bob Caudle does not deserve our respect now that he is passed. That is what you're saying.
No. My hot take is Bob Caudle's maybe the greatest
Or
pro wrestling
worse.
commentator of all time, or worst.
Oh my god, I've never been more offended.
Well,
Who
see
would have thought?
if you can offend Raven more with your hot takes in the comments. Let us know what you thought about our hot takes. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Who had the hottest take? Who had the coldest take? How many other things can I say to get people to go in the comments and leave comments?
Comment.
Comment. Put
Comment.
comment right there.
Comment.
Comment. Or I think it'll go this way. Comment.
Yeah, when you're supposed to say, if you comment on our hot takes, we will talk about it on the next episode.
Yeah, we'll read your hot take.
Yeah.
I'll
Do it.
read anything on the
I
telephone.
don't know why I
Do
got so
it.
silent. Like we were all contemplating the hot takes we're gonna have to read here.
Yeah, Cash can read anything on a teleprompter.
Anything.
So.
All right. Well, go fuck yourself, Gang Breaks Kayfabe.
Jason.
We'll be right back after we sell some t-shirts, and then we're gonna get into what it takes to run a professional wrestling show
Buy him for Bob.
from the guys who have done it.
Not me.
Oh, this t-shirt is gross, but what do I do? It's all I got.
That's the only shirt you've got? I might have a solution for you then. If you go to ProWrestlingTees.com and you search for Aaron Draven, which I think you guys can all see right there on the screen how to spell it, you can find official Gang Breaks Kayfabe t-shirts. That's right. Jason, can you believe it?
I can't, but what I can believe is you can get your official shirt of either all of us, or you can choose which one of us you like the best and get just our shirt. Fine.
Breaks Kayfabe full logo on a pink shirt, or pick. Do you prefer Vance, Jason, Cash, or Omega, and get a yellow shirt? Oh, I wish he wasn't doing that.
That's so
Let's get him a
weird.
long sleeve shirt.
So the only thing you guys didn't mention.
But Draven,
I'll
how do
bring
they
up-
find
I'll bring
those
up the
shirts
price.
again?
They are $19.99 each, no matter what design you pick. ProWrestlingTees.com/wrestlers-t-shirts/Aaron Draven. Super easy to remember. Definitely not going to be on the screen here because you're going to be able to remember it without me even putting a graphic up.
And go buy them. That way I can afford to buy one for myself.
I don't need this anymore.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Lord.
Here we go. That was the whole reason you wanted to do this, is so he can take his shirt off.
Right now,
Well, you know, to play this damn game. Jason has changed hats, and we are back.
And we'll continue to.
Yep. How many hats you got? You got all kinds of hats.
Yep.
You think switching to Las Vegas Raiders is going to help your team, buddy?
It didn't
Every
help
time I
them.
change a hat, they
Boom.
score a touchdown.
I don't think that's true at all.
This season, I've changed hats 4 times. We've scored 4 touchdowns.
All right, we'll see. They're getting the
Technically,
kickoff.
every time I change a hat, Geno Smith throws an interception.
There you
12 hat
I'm
changes.
just happy to
This-
see Vance's annoyance at this conversation.
Vance, who's
so
your
an
favorite football team?
interception is when
The
sorry.
Monstars.
The
Jesus.
Pawn Stars?
Monstars.
Oh, the Monstars.
Pawn Stars versus Pawn Stars. Who you got?
Monstars, because I think most of the Pawn Stars are dead, right?
Some
Or
of
in
them, for
jail.
sure.
Or in
Yeah,
jail.
and the other team's Alien Cartoons. So
Yeah, so I'm always going to go with Alien Cartoon
Yeah.
every time, no matter who you're putting them up against. Except for the
Michael
Toon Squad.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Jordan,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, but they did drink Michael Jordan's sweat, so that was unfair. I think that's what it was, right? It wasn't
No.
his. It was his.
It was some sort of bodily fluid.
It's a mixture. The exact recipe's unknown. But
Okay. But blood, urine, and semen.
Allegedly.
Yeah, okay. Allegedly. Draven, is that what you got right there?
that's a yes.
Yep, okay. That's the old Omega blend, though.
Keeps
He
me
likes to make his own.
Right?
All right, so raise your hand if you've ran a professional wrestling show. All right, so Jason, you want to talk to us about running a professional wrestling show?
Because we're not currently.
So I do have a question that just happens to go with this topic, right?
Okay.
So
You
Mercedes
take the money and
Monet.
run. Oh,
No. Monet, not Monet, and run. Let's say you're running a professional wrestling show. Let's say it's called Pro Wrestling Porpoise.
Okay.
Just to avoid anything that's happened other than cat.
PWP.
Yes,
Porpoise
you
on
remember
porpoise
that show.
with purpose.
Right. It always happened like in a ring above a pool. It was a weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in so far. I'd board it.
If you had a belt and you were like, hey, listen, Tony Khan,
Dolphin.
You can go ahead and bring your champion in to win my belt. What does that do for you as a booker when that belt is just featured as one of 13 other belts that your company never gets mentioned? And it's just some random dude holding the belt, not even the champion on national TV. That is a legit question. It just happens to fit with what we're talking about. How do you feel about that as someone who potentially has the pencil? What would you say as the, yes, I'm cool with her winning our belt, but here's what we would not that you really have any leverage necessarily with AEW in this case, but like, here's how we would like our belt to be presented so that it does anything for your company other than take one of your belts away for who knows how many shows. Let me know, please.
If you're a company like any of us that run it, Mega will be less likely to agree with this. You do whatever you can so that they say your name one time, even if they have your belt for 52 weeks and they mention it once, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I disagree.
If you're a company our size, because that gets you, just people looking it up would quadruple your fan base like that at our size. Now, at a mega size and bigger, I think there's a different conversation there.
But are they even saying the names of these belts?
I don't know.
Is my thing.
Here's my thing.
Rev Pro.
She's a big time, gigantic star, the biggest in AEW, one of the biggest at WWE's big boom period for the women. Her coming into your show once to win the title is worth more than whatever comes after it. But then she's the champion. Some fans will see that belt that they can see in person on TV and be like, that's cool as fuck. I can't wait to see it again. And it does make that belt more valuable. It makes the company look better. It's all about just raising your stock as a company by being seen as a big time thing as an equal there.
Okay.
Now,
Kaz?
if I'm GCW, I don't do that. You know what I mean? But if you're any smaller indie, yes.
So, okay,
I gotta check on my dog for just a second. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell?
these are all good points.
Okay.
So from a booker's perspective, all I keep thinking is there's going to be so many belts that suddenly are up for grabs in a, uh, you know, uh, two non-champions wrestling for them, because as soon as she gets injured, if it happens, I hope it doesn't, but that's a whole lot of fucking belts that are suddenly vacant. So just all across the country, there's a tournament. There's going to be tournaments to crown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I guess also from my standpoint, it's all going to come down to circumstances. Like, what kind of women's division do you have right now? If I have a really hot women's division that there's like a really over person in the division that's like, drawing, I don't want to suddenly interfere with everything I've got going on for this shoehorn in.
I think no matter how hot your angle is, it's not compared to having one of the best women's wrestlers to ever live have your belt.
I think you might get one or two shows with a boost, but if you suddenly don't have a women's title anymore,
I think you get 1 or 2 years of a boost.
I don't think you do. I couldn't name you one promotion that she has a belt.
I think that raises your brand so much, like you're buying equity with the fans.
I've seen like every news headline every time she's won a title in another promotion. I've seen most of them. I could not tell you one promotion.
Yeah, but we're not normal fans.
We're not the local people you're trying to draw.
Right. But I think okay.
If Mercedes Moné was at a Fed here in Parkersburg and I could take Fee to it, and then even if I knew it was just like a one-off thing, that promotion in Fee's eyes would automatically be a big deal forever.
But what, okay, but not talking about...
In my opinion, maybe this is a little bit of a hot take, but if you are truly a good booker, you can book around it. You can heat a story up with women while she's gone, either over a personal feud, over an interim title, over a number one contender gimmick. Like, there's a lot of ways to cover for the belt being gone if you're a competent booker.
Well, of course, but it also just, to me, is sort of was like, all right, well, our belt's gone for a while Monet goes and wrestles
all over the world. Yeah, sounds great.
But
yeah.
But your belt's never being like, it's just your belt's not defended. Your belt's just like Jason said, some dudes carrying it. Again,
but you get on your social media. Every picture that she has that belt on, I'm putting on social media, like all that.
One of the things we did in Revenge that's along the same lines, like, it's the other way around. But any guy that we had, any man or woman that we had that like we had first and then went on to AEW or TNA or NWA, we have this big banner of the stars that have been here. Like, you'll see these type of people and the future of these type of people by being here. That's the same thing here. If Mercedes comes in for that one show, you take a picture of her with your belt, that's on your fucking banner forever, and that's worth more than you think.
Oh,
so
sure.
as part of trying to word this Welly.
Welly? Hello, Welly.
Bigly? Find a bigly word?
So as far as, like, let's say the social media then promotion of that, again, knowing that as the local independent booker at your size, are your hands completely tied then when talking with her about, hey, when you're promoting things on social media, do you think every 10th picture could be with our belt? Or, hey, when your social media crew
you're not getting any say.
Can you tag us in that?
you get a would you please, and if she says yes and doesn't ever do it, you don't get to mention it again.
I don't
That's
think
how
you
that
even get to
Right.
works.
ask her. I think you just have to be the one taking her social media,
So
a
you take
picture that
her.
has your belt in
Okay.
it, and you use it. Like, she knows the deal. She's not going to be mad that you're using her social media to boost your
Right.
company, because that's the trade off.
Right.
Hmm.
Which
I
again,
would.
I think I'm fine with that for whatever reason, and I don't want to sound sexist in this, but I think it's because uh, without being sexist, a lot of the local indies, and correct me if I'm wrong, do not really have a women's division that have belts that are featured prominently as compared to, say, the tag belts that I feel like tag team belts in local indies are featured fairly prominently. So when like the Hardys came through West Virginia and they won a West Virginia belt, and we're doing the exact same gimmick basically of, hey, we're belt collecting. I feel like at least in the local area it was promoted. So maybe the issue is she hasn't won a local belt, or I don't know of any West Virginia women's belt that she could even be up for in this
And
case.
it
You
helped
understand what I'm
ASW.
saying?
It helped ASW immensely. If you look, that was around the turn that they started like selling out, and they just kept
Right.
on selling out. They're doing 600 people at a show now, and before
Right.
the Hardys, 300 was a packed house. You know what I mean? So they're doing big numbers now. And
And the
plus, like,
Hardys never
I
came back to drop those belts. It was the same scenario that you guys were worried about, where, oh, what happens that they're going to have to vacate it? It didn't matter. It still boosted them, even though
Right.
that was the outcome.
Mhm. And this, I mean, I don't think TNA, or I don't think they knew ASW knew this when it happened. They also got to have literally their footage in their locker room on TNA. Like, I was on
Right.
TNA because I was in the locker room there, and just like ASW, we were, they were announced on TV. Which, even if it doesn't get you new fans, the fans who already watch are like, oh wow, this is our promotion on TV.
Right.
Connects people to something
I
they think is a little bigger.
Yeah, I don't in my personal mental, I think it's just because there isn't a larger women's, you again using what's currently happening with AEW with her collecting what, her 13th belt at this point, something like
Hmm.
that. I think that's where my disconnect is. So
Well,
hopefully.
even on that the shop I'm talking about TNA, I knew they were putting it on TNA. I took out all my supplements, my barbell nutrition supplements, and put them on the back locker and faced them all facing the camera for when they did that shot. So if you watch that TNA clip, all my products are nicely product placed in the.
And where can I get those today?
You cannot.
Oh,
Expired
Yeah,
shelves
so
somewhere,
so
oh.
if you have one of those, they're worth extra money.
and you'll die if you take it.
Yeah,
Oh
because
I'd
shit.
like
Expired long
two.
ago.
I'd like
you'll
two to
spend
counteract each other.
you'll spend extra
All right.
money when you go see the
All right.
hospital.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So I mean, so say there was a crazy scenario where I was doing creative for a wrestling promotion, but not doing the promoting and booking. Say
And
if
Samoa, so we got Samoa Joe to come in to win our belt, along with
so,
12 others.
as the creative person, that is like, again, like Draven said, it is very easy to shift and book while the title is gone. That is,
Right.
you could easily just run an angle where, you know, your top star is pissed off that the belt's not even being defended and blah blah blah. Yeah, and you can keep busy with a personal grudge storyline or something. But I would also be, so yeah, I would 1000% understand. Okay, this is going to be get eyes on us. That's awesome. So now people will see the other creative stuff we're doing. At the same time, I would also just be like, can I get some details on when we may get this title back? Like, is there, do we just eventually, like what Remix had to do, where I forget who it was, Haley Hatred, I think, was the Remix women's champion, and she took the belt to Japan, and then we never heard from her again. So then all of a sudden it was just, hey, so we don't know what happened to the belt. Here's two new women to wrestle for the belt that we had to get a new one of. So, like, that part would suck to me, where you're just like, I don't know when we're getting our
Yeah,
stuff
but
back.
I mean, obviously it's going to be handled a little more professional than that by Mercedes Moné compared to Haley Hatred. Like,
But you're still,
I'm
I'm
sure.
sure you're not getting a, hey, I'll be back on this date. Like, you're still just kind of up in the air of when they're going to decide to let her do your indie show,
I don't
if
think that's
ever.
a big issue. Let her keep. I'll let her keep the belt for 2 years if she wants, so
I
we
know.
can keep on
All
promoting
I
it.
would ask is just a rough outline of where it's supposed to lead to. If it's like, hey, 8, 10, 12 months down the road, we're supposed to do this match at the show. I don't know. It might get pushed. It might be shorter. It might be longer. But at least give me an idea of where it'd be. I'd be fine with it. And if it
Yeah.
changes in the meantime, I'd be fine with that too. And I think you would at least get an update from them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't just want it to be like where you're just like, well, here's the belt. I guess it's not ours anymore. Have fun. We'll just make a new one tomorrow.
I mean, that
Like
wouldn't be my
WWF
preference
did with their
either.
lightweight title to Japan. That's how it ended up in the J Crown.
I mean,
Yeah,
that obviously wouldn't be my preference either. But if that's the only option I got, I'm taking it.
I mean, I think I would just like book, somebody like Mercedes Monet for the show, so you get like the huge draw for that show, and then I would just like in the back be like, hey, do you mind getting a picture and holding our title? And then I would just post that picture everywhere, be like, look at this.
It's
That's
not the same,
that's
man.
scumbag
Not the
shit.
same.
That's Richard Arpin energy,
I'm
and I
just
will have
saying,
none of
like,
it.
because yeah,
So if you got her to your show, would you make sure that the curtains didn't fall down when she gets ready to walk through? Did you guys see
no,
that clip of her whatever show she just won the belt at?
Also,
Like
you
they
don't know the
play her
promotion
music
that she just won the
and
belt at.
someone walks through the
We don't
people
live
walk through
there.
holding her belt. And then when it's time for her to walk through, all the curtains fall down, and she's just kind of standing in this high school gym.
Really
Jesus.
kills
They,
the allure.
Awful.
yeah, look that up, kid.
Yeah, I imagine what
So
her booking fee is. I mean, I bet they give him a deal for if she can win the belt, like it's so they can
Right.
continue this gimmick or whatever. But it can't be cheap.
I bet they don't give you much of a deal.
Probably
Okay,
not.
so flip side. If you are Tony Khan and you're booking this and you have the money, you have the TV, you have all that, what's the end game for a belt collector gimmick in your opinion
She's
as three people who have booked shows?
She
she's
quietly
In
loses
general.
all the titles and no one really knows what happened to them.
She's just suddenly she's off TV
she's
and then
No.
like she
she
loses an AEW title
No.
and then is gone for a month and comes back and we just don't mention that she ever had the other titles.
No, just as soon as you're done doing the belt collector gimmick, she just starts losing the belts and you don't talk about it anymore.
well in this situation she's so small. I feel if very more belts will crush her to death, and that'll be the end of Mercedes Money.
Well, that's why she has to have all these dudes carry them all out, and she only carries one.
Yeah,
Now that being said, I did appreciate the use of all the belts or some of the belts during Blood and Guts. It gave an organic reason to have a new weapon for everybody on her team.
I
yeah.
would
You know
like
the good
her.
footage you could get for that if you're one of those indie promotions.
Right?
Right.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. You just have to be like, no, that's ours. That was ours.
Yeah,
That was definitely ours.
that wasn't Rev
We
Pro's
take a
belt. I
picture.
swear to
You
you.
you
When you
you
do
lose
get
the
the
Uh,
belt back, you'll be able to sell the photo ops with the bloody belt that I'm sure is stained now forever.
I would like her to. So who's she? Her and Statlander
Tony
are.
Storm.
Are her
Oh,
and Tony Storm
Statlander.
still? I thought her and Stat are doing it,
Well,
aren't
Statlander
they?
has the other belt. Yes.
So they're leading back up to Monet getting another world title shot, right?
Sorry to stop you. Is anyone else watching Raw on the other screen?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Why?
just had a big return for one of the two teams for War Games. Go ahead.
Roman.
Jericho?
Nope. A
Who
guy
is
in a
it?
cowboy hat. I won't tell you who.
Bob Orton.
JBL?
He's a farm boy.
Oh, Brock.
Oh.
We don't know which team yet. Hang
I mean,
on a
that's
second.
not really a big return. He just was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was expecting.
Apparently, it turns out he's a Heyman guy.
Well, yeah. So,
Again, Jason, you're not surprising us.
what I want to see, what I want
Everything's
to
surprising
see
me right now.
leading into the Statlander Monet world
Sorry.
title match is Monet start to like Statlander is like really getting the upper hand on her during like the run up to the match. So then Monet melts all of the belts down into where she can make armor, and she wears it during the match. So she literally has
I'm so
collected
glad you're our booker.
she has literally
I
collected all of the belts for a purpose.
Oh my god.
I,
Oh my gosh.
Iron
uh,
Monet. Iron Monet. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Just think of the action figures alone. You're a goddamn genius.
right.
There's your pictures
So
for all the promotions, like just the giant
Armor.
mishmash of belts. Like
right.
that was ours right there.
Run! It's Mecha Monet.
Um, the spoiler for everyone listening:
Brock Lesnar's
Brock
back.
just German suplexed Punk twice. We got the produced by Triple H, and then hit Roman's music, and Roman's coming out to face him in the ring right now. Fade to black.
Whoop-de-doo,
We've never seen Roman versus Brock. Isn't it exciting?
Yeah.
Roman also looks like he has lost a bunch of. He's got his shirt on, but he looks like he's lost a bunch of weight and does not look anywhere near as big as Brock. So
tell me when a shirt comes off. I'm not interested to know.
I'll screenshot it for you,
Let us know
buddy.
when he pops
You can't
them
call
nips.
Vance sexist.
Listener, I apologize for being so random right now while I'm watching a football game, wrestling, and I am actually deeply invested in the conversation about how we would book this.
So yeah, suit of armor. Suit of armor is how I book it.
I'm interested in that.
Nothing's gonna top it.
Although suit of armor seems more like a Bane situation since she wears the big headgear out to the ring. Like I could see her in a suit of armor.
An alien instead of fighting aliens.
She has not been collecting belts, so she does not have the belts to melt.
Fair
she
enough.
cannot melt
when
the belts.
Statlander finally defeats Monet, she can take that mech suit and melt it down and make a UFO to finally get home.
See, this is a good storyline.
Compelling TV.
That is long-term storytelling.
Even Vince Russo is like, bro, no.
See, if you really wanted to sell me on the promotion on bookings belt being, if you tell me it's going to end with her melting it down into a mecha armor suit, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah.
well, our belt was made out of like tin foil, so it'd be melted down into.
Well, it would be the weak spot in her armor. That's where Statlander would have to.
There's all the focus on your promotion that had the weak belt that lost.
That's where the psychology comes into the match.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know wrestling. I know how it works.
I know wrestling.
Draven's world title is big enough you can make a suit just out of it.
Yeah. Especially if Monet.
It's literally from my tits to my fucking knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mercedes could live in it.
Right.
The WCW gold is half of that belt.
Running a show. So Jason, you said earlier that you had to sit by and watch the people you know that run promotions make terrible decisions. So I'd love to hear completely honest time. What is one thing that one of the three of us has booked or been a part of creatively that you were like, what the fuck are they doing?
Oh, you know what that means? That means Omega gets a pass because, for what it's worth, I've never been to a revenge show. So, time to shit on YouTube.
He booked me, so
me.
Cash was booked.
Yeah.
I know, but I haven't been to those shows, so I can't speak on
his booking decisions. You could.
Oh,
into question.
Yeah, you shouldn't have booked those two. They're broken men. They're broken men, sir. Your federation is made up of people who have been on national TV.
Draven was well aware that I was broken because he had me with two other guys against one guy. So he was like, Cash is going to need two other people in this one.
Fair enough. I don't necessarily have a hot take on your booking either for Inception. I have said plenty of times publicly, and I don't mind saying it again, it would be very hard to be the role that I am if my friends weren't good at what they do. Like, I couldn't be. I don't want to shoot on anyone right now.
You'll be Wildcat's friend, is what you're
Take the
saying.
shots. Take
That
them.
parent. All right.
Pew pew.
All right. Then Wildcat it is.
I was gonna say,
I
text
could
me what you want
not
to say. I'll
be a
say
friend of Wildcat and go to his shows and be like, "Oh, cool, this West Virginia wrestling is great," and then just sit there and not expect to be the person I was at Tri-State, where I'm booing everything. Like, I was able to go to Inception shows and not shit on the product.
Which of those do you prefer? Do you miss the days of being able to shit on everything?
I do miss the days of shitting on everything, but that was just more for my own fun. Now, the flip to that is, I remember I took my brother to one show at Tri-State. All three of you may have been there. Let's see if it jogs any memory for you. So I took my brother to one Tri-State show at the Pavilion, the famous Pavilion, Parkersburg, before it was tore down.
Famous. Yeah,
very famous. It's a wrestling hotspot throughout history. And at the beginning of the show, it was a Christmas show, I believe. They did a 10-bell salute and read off the list of every wrestler who had passed away.
Yep, I remember
that. All right. So at those shows, there was a section that we affectionately called the back break section.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they would get into everything, and they would scream also, although we were the ones that really brought the signs that really shot on the... I was breaking kayfabe well before it was podcast popular. My brother came, and during the 10-bell salute for that, he was like, "I want to see a back rake." Right in the middle of the 10-bell salute for...
I 1,000% remember this.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, he is drunk. And it didn't help that we also lived within walking proximity to the park. So during during intermission, we would go over to the house and just drink and then come back for the second half of the show. I don't think I ever shot on it quite like that. I at least had respect, even if I had signs that said signs like Tim loves Timbits, Vance loves Timbits, however it worked.
I think it's Vance.
Who booked this? Where's the work rate? Those kind of signs. We paid our money to get in. Those weren't shows that I tagged along with you guys that got in for free. Right. The shows where I got in for free, I was definitely a lot more better mannered. The ones I paid for were just free-for-alls to let me go ahead and vent all my frustrations in life at Clank the Clown.
These guys stink. I hope they all fucking die.
Right. I'm like, this is the worst shit I have ever seen. Why does this happen? I'm more than happy to give you my $12 to say that. And I miss those days.
One of my favorite matches with Clank the Clown.
Oh.
Because you murdered him?
Yeah, it was that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't want to have his retirement match, and I just beat him up and called him Brock and took his mask off and threw it in his wife's lap and hard waiting.
Yeah, beat him up real bad.
I remember that.
The match opened with Clank riding his little tricycle around the ring.
Yeah.
And Vance runs and just knees the shit out of his face. And then it got worse from there.
Or better.
Which we thought he was dead then.
However.
Stop, like, already dead.
But, like, professionally booing JW Idol was my favorite thing in life.
He's a nice guy.
Because also at that point, I was not friends with you guys like I am now. So I had no boundaries as far as, oh, this is actually their livelihood. I should be remotely civil. That's the only thing that was paying your bills.
Oh, man.
I mean, technically, I was Cash's manager for a while, and I know what was paying his bills.
Yeah,
it was stolen movies from Hollywood Video he was selling on eBay.
Allegedly, I never sold any of those.
They've gone out of business. There's no one left to sue us.
Well, and then let's get into this.
Allegedly, they've gone out of business.
The day I was fired for doing something that everyone had done a million times, including the store manager that fired me.
Murder.
murder.
Right.
Yeah, everyone had done it a million times.
Not me,
Uh,
not a once.
but
Wink, wink.
so yeah, I was fired from Hollywood Video because the Clerks cartoon DVD what had been like previously
That's worth
viewed,
it. That's
and
worth
I
it.
had it taken because we would take previously viewed stuff after it had been on the shelf for so long. You could take it, mark it previously viewed, and sell it. So we
Oh,
did it.
it was such a good gimmick.
We did it quite often. So I had one of the guys grabbed Clerks DVD, cartoon DVD
Mhm.
off the shelf for me, take it out of the system as a rental, make it a previously viewed thing, sold it to me. I was fired for it. The day that they fired me for it, they also said, by the way, if like you have any like rentals out right now, like if you've got any tape, any movies or whatever, just keep those. You don't have to bring them back. So like I'm 22, 23 at the time, so I didn't think about it until like
Mhm.
halfway home, but I was like, wait, how are they firing me for stealing and then telling me to steal? Then
Uh,
Jason lets
for
me
the
know that they hired the person they'd been trying to hire and she couldn't pass the initial test, like the personality test.
Like for a video
for the
store?
for the record, after that though, I did hire you at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Even if you only worked a month and we never saw each other.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was getting like 6 hours a
Then you
week
went
and
to Sam's Club.
it was
Fellow
It's weird.
Blockbuster employee over here.
it was honestly
Yeah.
costing me more money to drive to work once a week than it was.
Every one of us has worked in a video store. All four of us.
Yeah.
How
I
weird
like
is
that
that?
job too.
Yeah.
Hollywood Video was my favorite job ever, still to this
I
day.
say honest to God, at least once a
He
week, I
does.
say if they would tell me that they would open a video store again now that it is retro and cool and it would be financially stable, I would quit my job tomorrow to go run a video store again.
Dude, it was the best job ever.
Without it, like I lived Empire Records.
Well, especially because me and you were the movie guys at Hollywood Video, so like
Yeah.
all movie questions got referred to us. We just got to geek
Right.
out over movies all day long. It was
I
amazing.
worked at a video store when I was 12 by myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Because
that's
my
illegal.
family owned one. Yeah, my family
Whoever
Yeah.
owned one. And
hired
David would be
you,
like,
whoever
"Oh,
hired you needs to go to jail. I'm
He-
turning
Sounds
him in
like there's a
tomorrow.
lot of back taxes for not paying for your
Well,
social
he
security.
got
he
paid
even paid
in
me."
wrestling VHS tapes.
Yeah, basically.
So,
Oh well, in that case, never mind. I'm currently looking at my shelf to see if I had the Clerks DVD available to go ahead and give a visual representation.
if you
That's
guys
such a
haven't
good.
watched Clerks TV cartoon, you need to change that immediately.
You don't know about
I've seen it.
you don't know about an all painter three-way. You don't know the Bears
Mm.
driving car. You don't know
No.
anything about
Greatness.
I would add in the Saturday morning Dumb and Dumber cartoon as well.
Yeah, very similar style, very similar humor.
Yes.
Jason, the Raiders just scored a touchdown. Congrats.
All right. We're only down by what?
16. 16.
Thursday.
16. All right. Cool.
So, Draven, what is the most hectic, chaotic, most clusterfuck of a show that you ever had to run?
Oh man, you're giving me PTSD already. So we were all always very meticulous with our booking. Like a lot of things didn't change with us. What we had set is what we were gonna do. Didn't matter if extra people showed up. Like we rarely had people that backed out or couldn't make it or had car trouble. But of course, the one show that I do the gimmick, where almost every single match has a press your luck fucking video that I have to render of them doing random shit and landing on the mystery person. And didn't 5 motherfuckers that have those videos have reasons to not be there? And I didn't find out till the day of the show. So I'm in the back of the Avalon while they're fucking setting up the ring, while they're testing sound, while workers start coming, while people are practicing matches. The whole time I'm trying to redo the videos as best I can to fucking jigsaw it all back together. And I wanted to pull every one of the last fucking hair out of my head, and I didn't even have any. And then... So there's more to the story. That was also during Erie Days, which is like a downtown festival, and they had a concert with Ja Rule at the exact same time as our show, 6 blocks away for free. So it's actually the lowest draw we ever had in Revenge. even the workers, Colin and Cheech, were like, "All right, our match is done. We're out. We're gonna go watch this concert." Like, so all that said, and then we still do the random fucking last minute. I had to do a fucking video because Wardlow decided to pop in and do a secret TNT title match without getting approval from the office. Dude, making all those videos backstage, I'll never do one of those fucking randomizer gimmicks again, just because the chance that could happen.
Dude, I will say when you booked me for that one show, when I found out that you made videos for everybody, it was like the most impressive thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Dude, it's
That was
crazy.
And it was
like
the
I go
second,
back and I see some of that early shit, and I feel like when I used to make the fucking Tony Wolf style graphics back in the early 2000s compared to what I can do now with graphics, because what I can do now with the videos are 10 times better too.
shooter.
Tony Wolf style graphics is what they're
Oh, I
laughing
mean,
at.
that's even Tony knows that. I don't even care if he sees it. Like,
Oh Lord.
I would
dog
hope so.
shit, straight dog
Uh,
shit.
T- was it in Erie that we got? So I remember because I was thinking if it wasn't Erie, this would be two times that like something in Erie just blew my mind as far as wrestling goes. Was it a show in Erie that me and you went to that we got paid up front? Like once we got there, they handed us the envelopes and we were both like, "You're just gonna pay us before we wrestle?"
Wasn't that Revenge?
No,
Revenge always does, but
this was like
this
early
way he means
on.
way sooner.
This would have
I
been like
don't
one of our
know.
first shows in a different
Maybe because it
place.
would have been the first times we were going out. A lot of times were Rocky shows, so it could have been one of Rocky's fair shows. And I think Rocky does pay everyone in advance.
It wasn't a fair show. I remember it, and
Oh,
it wasn't Rocky because
well, I was gonna say it doesn't have to be a fair show to be Rocky's because he used to run the Titusville building.
it wasn't Rocky that paid us. It was I can't remember who the guy was, but it wasn't
Or Tim
Rocky.
Chismar.
Okay, maybe it was a
A
Rocky show.
solid
It was
Tim Chismar reference.
it was Chismar. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And do fair shows give you some sort of PTSD cash?
Oh my god.
Yeah, especially Rocky's fair shows.
Yeah,
I can imagine with your fucking.
that was so
Well,
bad.
I did a shooting star off the top rope to the outside that same day, and I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck did you do what you did? What I did was easy. You did the dumb thing.
I mean, sometimes you got to paralyze yourself for 15, 20 minutes.
Hey, what's a leg
Been
drop
there.
off the back of a bleacher?
Been there.
And tell the guy that you're
In
in
like
the
the
match.
one spot that didn't have very much fucking sawdust at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then as you're
You
laying
can
there
hear
and
it.
can't move, the guy that you're in the match with just keeps punching you and trying to lift you up while you're going like, I can't move my fucking legs. Stop it. Pin me. For the love
You
of
know how
God.
upset I am that I
Been
do
there.
not have that DVD anymore? I used to have that on DVD, and I wanted to show the kids because they were asking
I'm
to
sure
see a
I
match
still
of
have it.
you.
Why
I'm
isn't
sorry,
Cash
the
walk
kids
like
have
this?
asked to see a match of all three of you.
Yeah, I think
And
I
I was
have
like,
it
let me show
somewhere.
you this one of Mr. Cash
Mr.
breaking his
Cash.
back.
That's what they
It's-
call him, Mr. Cash.
Mr.
That's what
Cash,
they-
break it back and make you humble.
It's the sound
Right.
that gets me. Ugh.
Same.
Yeah.
I was watching through the door when it happened. Like I was at the entrance door watching your match and and when it hit, I went and like someone was like, I could hear that, and we're all like, oh, he's gonna get up, and he did not.
No, he broke his back.
Yeah. I broke my back. I was made humble. What would you say is our most chaotic? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think.
Like
We
there were
really
some
didn't
of
have
the
anything. It was all small stuff. Really.
some of the pure impact shows were
Oh,
chaotic.
man. Well, the best story about that one was when Brandon Morgan was the main event against Eric Steele,
Yeah.
and he wasn't there yet, and it was time for the main. So we had
He was
Eric
double shotting.
Yeah, we had Eric go out and read a book to the crowd, and
God.
we were going to tell Brandon the finish, and he had to do it for like 28 minutes.
Yeah. Dude, it was so we had booked Brandon Morgan versus Eric Steele in our main event. Brandon was double shotting. He was working whatever promotion that was that it was running out of the pavilion and Mike Howerton was running it.
Yeah, that one.
Howerton purposely fucked us by having I think he did by having Brandon go on late. he like pushed his match back. So Brandon was running late to get there. Brandon and Eric Steele had never been in the ring together. I don't think they'd ever even met.
No,
So
they
yeah,
hadn't.
we
That's
are
crazy.
we get a call from Brandon that he's on his way. And yeah, he's like, I'm like a half hour, 25 minutes, 30 minutes away. So yeah, we have Eric Steele and Steph Leopard go out. And what book, do you remember what book he picked up?
He just happened to have it, and it was hilarious. What it was, like War and Peace or like
Yeah, it
something
was
odd,
something ridiculous.
like a
Yeah.
classic of some kind.
So yeah, he goes out with him and Steph just for 30 minutes. Cut a promo, and Eric reads this book. Brandon pulls up. There's like a long hallway from the ring that goes back because we were in like an old school. So there's like this long hallway with classrooms on the sides during the hallway, and then there's like the two big double doors that open up at the end. So Brandon pulls up in his gear still, of course, because he had just wrestled a show. We swing the double doors open. He gets out of the car, walks straight to the ring, and him and Eric.
I tell him to finish
Yeah,
because Eric told me to finish. I think it was just a lariat. I don't remember,
and
but
him and Eric had a fucking awesome match. Just getting in the ring and just working it in the ring, and it was so
and,
fucking good.
and then from then on, those two were like good buddies and wanted to work each other all the time. So
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think we've ever had a super chaotic show. Like they tend to go pretty well. We had I remember like same Pure Impact Wrestling, same building. It was supposed to be me and Cross versus the Day Brothers in a TLC match. And the day of the show, when we get there, the building people tell us that we can't break a table now. That they had one, but it was their only one, so we can't break it. So our TLC match does not have the L or the T in it. So we just spent the whole match teasing the table, and then to get heel
never
heat,
delivered.
me or Cross kept taking it, putting it back up where it was every time the Days would get it, and then we did end up making like a ladder bridge to go through, so it was like kind of a table to give people. But yeah, it was. So we ran into shit like that, but we never ran into like having to redo fucking graphics during like right before the show starts out, and
You have
then
to have graphics
yeah,
for that to happen.
yeah. See, we keep things simple. We could do fancy things for
Right.
sure.
If you just scratch out on the paper and write someone else's, who
Yeah.
rode with you? Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not good. Sorry, I'm watching football too.
You think we don't have a Titantron that we could have used at any time and we just chose not to? It's crazy. Crazy to think that.
Those come with rings.
Yeah.
So
I get so like as much as I love good production value for shows, it does make shows more stressful for me when there's like a whole lighting rig and all this shit because now you're just like, please get it to work and please let it look good when it happens. And then like it fucks with me because the lighting's never good because most buildings you can't adjust the lighting. It's either all on or all off. So like that just
Right.
adds a whole other layer of me like being like, okay, it's cool that we have this, but it doesn't look as cool as it could be. So that just stresses me out more.
I had somebody pulled the cord out on our electrical, so all the
that's right.
screens went
God.
down, the lights went down, the mics went dead, everything was dead. We had to send. We actually sent Chris LaRusso out, who just filled the time with a promo, and he did a great fucking job, and it just led right into his match once we got it up. But man, the shit like that happens, the panic that you feel is indescribable.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about it on a different episode, but there was a show here in Huntington that I went to with Cash where Darkstorm would come out to. What song did he come out to? He wanted to play the whole song before he would come out to.
I don't know what
Halloween,
song, but yeah.
Lighter Shade of Pale. Is that what it was? He'd come out for the Nights in White Satin. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Nights in White Satin. So he would come out for the whole song, and he had them turn the lights out, but it was a gym lights, that are those, hey, when we go to turn them on, it's going to take like a half hour for the bulbs to heat up and everything. And so, like, the lights went out, and we're, like, just sitting in darkness listening to this entire song because it wasn't like a, the we got to wait till Metallica hits the chorus for me to come out 6 minutes in. This was a 12-minute song that we're going to wait for every second of the song. Then we'll turn the lights on. Oh, the lights don't actually come back on. We have to wait for them to warm up, and then they're going to come back on. Yeah.
So, would you say you experienced a dark storm?
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, we
So
already talked about this on the podcast, but me and Omega worked that TLC match. Supposed to be a TLC match. It just had ladders involved, and the power went out, and we ended up being the main event at the middle of the card because after our match, they said everybody get out.
Yeah, power went out. They were filming us with the fucking lights, like the Bray Wyatt gimmick. And then there were 2 more matches left. They're like, nope, that one's done. We're all done.
that
And
was
one of them was Krause's retirement match. It was supposed to be his last match in the business, and it got canceled.
Well,
that
nothing
was
better than a
WXMCW.
Yeah.
nothing better than a mid card
No,
main
East
event.
Coast. East Coast.
East Coast, yeah.
East Coast. All right, wrong.
Same
Right
building.
city, wrong. Right city, wrong company.
But watching
Yeah,
the
same
video
building.
back of that match in the dark, like the amount of shit we were doing in fucking, like, you can see pretty well with the lit up phones and shit, but you couldn't
Right.
actually see that well in the ring. And the amount of shit we were still doing that was planned is kind of crazy.
I hit a
And
convenience store in the dark, and it looks really cool.
Is that available for the listener to look up on YouTube? Is that where we saw it,
Yeah.
or is that a personal link that we saw it on?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
available
sure.
in the comments.
I'll
Yeah.
drop it in the comments once the
There we
video is
go.
posted. So speaking of comments, our next episode will be by request. And Draven, would you like to let us know what that request is, who it was from, and what we're going to be doing next
Who
episode?
it was from would take me forever to find.
Was
On
it
the
From our boy
spot.
Nick.
is it under a comment?
No, it was a message. I'll get there. Give me just a little bit of.
Can we do that? Da-da-da-da, be right back
Just a
thing? Is
little
that
bit.
possible?
Just the technical difficulty screen on it.
Yeah, the technical difficulties.
Okay. Nick Opalowski.
Okay.
I hope I'm pronouncing that wrong.
You are. So.
Our pal Nick, friend of the
what's Nick
show.
want?
Yeah, what's Nick what? What are we doing next week?
He has requested the original message was a good old WWF pay-per-view, and then we actually let him pick which one he wanted, and he decided upon WrestleMania 7.
So, and Nick, that is your prize. Jason will be sending you that personally.
Sorry, Nick, we didn't get your address. We would have sent it, but we didn't get your address. Sorry about that, buddy.
So
I don't know
just
if
to
Nick
give,
is a big fan or if he really fucking hates us and he's trying to torture us with this show.
I'm gonna
the
say
card,
I'm gonna say a second one. So we'll be doing WrestleMania 7, correct?
Yes.
WrestleMania 7. Here's what you're all in for.
Let's hear it.
Fortunately, we do get to skip Coco Beware versus the Brooklyn Brawler. That's the dark match. But then we get the Rockers taking on Barbarian and Haku in a tag team match.
That'll be okay.
All right.
That'll be all right.
The Texas Tornado taking on Dino Bravo in a singles match.
Not as good.
Maybe.
I remember this next match. I remember it well, and oh boy, does it suck! The British Bulldog against the Warlord in a singles match.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. It's gotten worse. Every match
Two
has gotten
dudes that
worse.
look incredible, but
Right.
two dudes that
Well,
Cannot
the
work.
Bulldog could work, but not at that time.
not at that point.
No.
Then we got probably the match of the night. I'm assuming the Nasty Boys take on the Heart Foundation in a tag match for the WWF Tag Team Championships.
No
Probably
one
not.
has ever said match of the night, the
Yeah.
Nasty Boys.
Right.
Look,
ever.
I saw Heart Foundation. I spoke too soon because I'd already forgot about the Nasty
It was
Boys.
already
I
out there.
take
He
it.
couldn't edit it.
I take it back.
Sorry, Nick.
Then we get the Jake Roberts Rick Martel blindfold match.
No, I've seen
Oh,
that
yeah.
multiple times.
Now
Which
that
I
one
say
is
we
classic.
watch it. I say we watch it blindfolded as well to truly enjoy it.
That match was good enough that they released figures of them both blindfolded. So must be
Sure.
good.
Okay,
Sure.
sure. Then Undertaker against Jimmy Snuka. Is this the Undertaker's? Is this the beginning of his streak?
That's the start of the streak.
Okay. Then we get this is actually probably the match of the. This is I'd say match of the night. Ultimate Warrior again, not somebody you would
What?
normally associate,
What the hell is happening?
but
Savage.
Ultimate Warrior versus Randy Savage.
The retirement match.
Yeah. So then we get Jason. You're gonna be excited. We get Tenru and Koji Kateo against Demolition.
Sounds great.
Koji is the one that shot on Earthquake and got on the mic in Japan and said wrestling's fake.
Yeah. Then Big Boss. There are so many fucking matches.
He's kind of our godfather of breaking kayfabe. So
yeah. Then the Big Boss Man will be taking on Mr. Perfect for the Intercontinental Championship.
Technical classic.
That could be anything from good to not good.
awful.
Yeah.
For some damn reason, Earthquake is going to go up against Greg Valentine.
That
Don't
match
know why
needed
that's
to
on
be
the
on
card,
that
but
show. Needed to be there.
That's
Legion of Doom.
Greg Valentine and Typhoon
More
were not
fucking
available.
matches?
It was supposed to be a tag match.
We got 4 matches left.
Oh my. This is me getting punished for saying a lot of 3-minute matches are a better show.
We're testing that theory.
The Legion of Doom take on Power and Glory.
Okay.
That'd be
Maybe.
all right, yeah.
Virgil takes on Ted DiBiase.
Jesus.
Why is that the order of the
That-
matches?
That
The
match is so
Mountie
bad.
takes on
Have you guys seen
Tina.
that match? It's so bad.
The Mountie versus Tito Santana.
That might be good.
Reba!
That could be okay.
And in the main event, Hulk takes on Sergeant Slaughter for the WWF Championship. Unfortunately, Draven, there are 4 out of 14 matches that are the longest one of those 4 is 3 minutes and 14 seconds. The next shortest is 4 minutes 44, and from there we have a bunch of 10 to 20 minute matches.
Oh, no.
This is gonna
Nick,
So-
you son of a bitch.
Listen, for what it's worth, Nick really enjoys listening to us to shit on the product.
Our new format with putting out the
And-
episodes whenever we feel like getting together to record one. This one might take a while.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll see. Hopefully we'll get to this because that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be maybe oh man, we'll have to
How many
A lot of
matches was
pressure.
that total? Do we know?
14-parter.
14 matches.
Weeks.
All right, so we watch 2 matches a day for the next 7 days.
the fans
With our
in attendance had to sit through 15 matches.
Mm.
So people complain now about AEW's runtime, but compare what AEW gives you in that amount of time versus what WWF gave
Again.
you at WrestleMania 7.
How dare you sully the name of the warlord?
Tim and me were in person for the longest Mania ever, so we're fine. We'll get through it.
All right. Well, so look forward to that. That'll be our next episode. We hope you guys enjoyed this one. Drop your hot takes in the comments. Let us know if you agree with any of ours or disagree, or that you hate one of us now for the hot take. That's cool too. And yeah, if you have a suggestion for the show, whether it's a watch along, a certain pay-per-view or whatever, if you just have a topic you want us to discuss, whatever it is, let us know in the comments. We will take basically any and all fan requests. Basically, I would love to see the one that we're like, no.
Yeah,
Right. We'll mention you.
If that
We'll
happens,
say, hey, listen,
Listen to what this
Steve
sick fuck
from
wants.
wherever recommended this crazy topic that we're not willing to touch.
unless you just subscribe to our Patreon, which we would have at that point. But until then, thanks for breaking kayfabe with us. I think it's broken for the night. I know I am. And we will see you all next episode for WrestleMania 7.